Many of the Bitcoin miners are undervalued at this point in the cycle. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about one that is performing very, very poorly, and I'm quite disappointed in that and in this development. We're going to look at the PCE. Core PCE came out today. That is going to be a huge and important piece of data here for the day. We're going to look at the ICI release of the money market fund data. Name exposure, we will look at the name exposure as well, and let's get right into it. Okay, so first we're going to start with PCE. That's the most important data for the day here. You can see that MarketWatch doesn't have it filled in yet, but we can see the expecteds were here. PCE index was expected at 0.3 increase. Year over year was expected to be 2.6, core is 0.2, expected core year over year is expected at 2.8. We also have a Fed speaking potentially right now. They might already be done because it went at 9 a.m. East Coast time. We had one speak this morning as well, so that will be important to see what the market is doing and how it reacted to that. So let's look at PCE real quick. Okay. All right, so it rose 0.3%, okay, as expected. And let's see, the core rose by 0.2, which was as expected. All right, so that's basically it. Came in as expected for the month over month. Where's the year over year? I must have clicked on the wrong one here. Where's the year over year? Let's see. All right, right in here. Let's see, 2.6 expected. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, everything came in as expected. So basically, chug along. Money market funds came in yesterday. They decreased by $30 billion. That's actually good news for us to see that money is finding its way back into equities. And we definitely saw that when that big DeepSeek crash came through. That money just slammed right into AI, and it's still running, and that's very, very exciting. Name exposure, I'm expecting this to go higher. This should have already come out. It's supposed to be posted on Thursday. It's Friday now. But we are at bearish 0, so they're not long or short necessarily. The active managers, and it's at 86, so usually it gets up to about 99, maybe 10, a little bit over 100 if they're leveraged long by the active managers, but I do expect this thing to go up into the 90s before turning back around and coming back down again to the 60s or even 50s. So we have some room to the upside there as well. So we got some room to the upside in a lot of ways here right now overall in the broader market at this time. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about a Bitcoin miner that is very disappointing, and I'm sure many of you know this one quite well. Bitfarms. Bitfarms is selling one of their 200 megawatt sites in Paraguay to Hive. Now, the underlying reason they've given is that they want to focus more on their American properties versus Paraguay. I have deeper questions as to why they may be selling this. They've been touting how great this project was for such a long time. It appears as though the management at Bitfarms at this time is a bit of a mess. Honestly, ever since Riot got involved, Bitfarms has been on a pretty sharp decline. Okay, so Bitfarms, this is terrible news. Actually, this is pretty terrible news. This is good news for Hive. And I think Hive will jump off of those lows that I mentioned in the weekly closes video, and I will likely mention again in the upcoming weekly closes video, unless it already did the jump. I haven't looked at Hive since the weekend. Bitfarms this is bad. This is bad. If you're still in Bitfarms, I'm sorry that you're still in Bitfarms. I did alert to this back when it was up above $2, well above $2, that it would be coming down. It hit lows after this news came out about 2 days ago, and after that news came out, it hit lows of $1.36. Okay, $1.36. This thing is in sharp decline. Okay, and it's going to stay in sharp decline. Now, it's accelerating. So this yellow line up top here, this one that I'm kind of waving on top of that yellow line, that was my decline, my resistance line before, and it has accelerated. It is now accelerated. And this is now the resistance line. It's accelerating the wrong way. Okay? Bitfarms is accelerating the wrong way. It is now, if it cannot get back up and above $2, it is on a crash course for under $1. Okay? I'm not saying it absolutely is going to do that. Okay, there's no absolutes here. I don't make claims of absolutes, but there is. This is on the wrong thing. There is a case for this going under $1, and it could happen if they don't get it together. If they don't fix the issues that they are having, if they cannot get back on track to they will remain in decline. Bitfarms, that is, will remain in decline until they can attract institutional investors again. Also, we broke this red line. This was another bad one. This red line right here. In fact, I need to make this a little bit bigger. This red line right here, it broke that line. It did that back on, by Christmas time, but as soon as it broke that line, that was signal that it was going down. Then we have a bear flag right there. That's a bear flag. I did that with my trackpad. That was awful. A bear flag right there. And it's breaking that bear flag and it's testing it from below, meaning it could go even lower. And if it were to go lower, let's see. If it were to go lower, we'll go about halfway up the bear flag. That would take us down to about $1.06. $1.06. And if we go to $1.06, why wouldn't we hit $1? So at this point, we're looking at getting into this support zone right in here, which goes from 134 all the way down to 82 cents. Okay, that's where Bitfarms is headed right now. Unless something changes, unless something turns around in a dramatic fashion, Bitfarms is headed for sub $1. And it doesn't seem to matter that they're involved in AI, that they are mining a good amount of Bitcoin. None of that matters, especially if their hash is decreasing and we've got new, cheaper, more efficient AI models coming out of China. Bitfarms is in trouble. So this one is it's in decline and it's going to remain in decline. Let's see how Hive is doing real quick. Where's Hive? Where do I have Hive on here? There it is. How's Hive doing? Ooh, Hive is trying to come out of this little box. When it gets out of this box here, about 325 now and above the 200-day moving average at 341. Once it gets out of 341, that 341 range, I'm looking at it to go up to about 450, go up $1, maybe even up to $5. Hive is getting a little pop-up off of that. It's making a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders here, which the neckline is at the 200-day moving average. So once it gets over the 200-day moving average, Hive is looking very interesting. And in fact, Hive is doing a similar formation now, a much smaller one, albeit, but a very similar formation that it was doing right here before it popped up to $5. Since it's smaller, it may not go as high, so maybe we'd only see it hit about 450, but like that's still $1 rise on a $3 stock. That's pretty exciting. So not bad at all. So I also got into this video saying that Bitcoin miners are undervalued. And I'm going to show you how some of these are undervalued, especially ones like CleanSpark or like Mara that are really big and are like really expanding and have a lot of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Okay, these guys are undervalued. So let's go check that out real quick. So this is company's market cap, and we are looking at the price to book ratio. Okay, price to book ratio. That says 2.28. Now, you might think that that's good, but let me tell you that the average is 3. The average is 3. The last time we were in a bull run year, let's see, December 2020, March 2020. So March 2021, which is just a month ahead in the previous cycle compared to where we are in the current cycle. Okay, it was at 7. Let that sink in. It was more than double what the price to book ratio is right now, which means that the price of Marathon would be about twice what it is right now in that situation. And it should be getting there very quickly, but it's not there now. Okay, not there now. Let's see, what about in 2017? It got up to 7 as well. So price to book, about 7. We can see it get to at least 7 in an extreme, maybe 10 or 11. Okay, that's the highest Mara's been before. But we're expecting at least somewhere around a 7 for Mara. And that's when we'll probably start calling the top on Mara. Okay. Price to sales is another one. We're at 10.9. The last run, it went up to 369. In 2017, it went up to 98. It goes up into triple digits. It's at 10. It's at 10 right now. 10. It can go 10 times higher than it currently is on the price of sales. These things are being held underwater right now. Let's compare that to something like MSTR. Now, I'm not going to look at the numbers for all of the Bitcoin miners, just a couple of ones. Let's go look at MicroStrategy right now. MicroStrategy right now is at 184. Now, if Mara is anything to measure by, it can go, can double from here and still be in range for a blow off top. But 184, MicroStrategy is getting way more benefit of the doubt than the Bitcoin miners are right now. Price to book, their price to book is 22.7. Mara's is 2. little less than 3, but 3 is average. 3 is average. Let's go to like a normal company real quick. Let's take like Apple. So Apple's price to book is, let's bring it in. Come on, my internet's so slow. their price to book for Apple is 62. So look at that, 62. It has room to grow, but that's like a big, real like tech company. Let's see, what about price to sales? 9. Their price to sales is only 9, whereas digital the MicroStrategies is 180. Let's take a look at CleanSpark. How's CleanSpark? That's another one of the big boys. See how they're doing with their price to book. Price to book on CleanSpark is 1.75, not even 2. Average is 3. In 2020, it was at the end of 2020, so a little bit earlier in the cycle than we are right now. It was at 13 last cycle. 13. Okay? Huge numbers compared to where we are right now. Price to sales last time. Price to sales got a little bit weird. I don't know what was going on in 2015. But in 2020 is around the time they started. I think it's 2020 is around the time they started doing Bitcoin. Let's see. Yeah, September, earlier in the 2020, earlier in the cycle than we are right now. They were at 21 price of sales. Okay, and in 2020, 61 price of sales. 2021 March, basically where we are in the cycle right now. In the previous cycle, they were at 51 price to sales. Right now, we're at 8. At 8. These things that Bitcoin miners are having their heads held underwater right now. Okay, something is going to break on this. The shorts are at some point going to lose their grip on these things, and they are going to go back to those price to sales of 50. Price to books in the double digits, possibly even triple digits for some of these things. Okay, right now they're being held under. Bit Digital, that one's very exciting. I like it because it's got Ethereum, and guess who also has Ethereum? The president and his sons. They are holding a lot of Ethereum. We saw it on the other video the other day on was it Droplets Pad or something, whatever that webpage was. They hold a bunch of Ethereum and wrapped Bitcoin, which is an Ethereum product. So it was something like $250 million of Bitcoin, of Ethereum that they hold, and you better believe that they're going to pump that. Anyways, Bit Digital's at 1.5. Bit Digital can double and just get back to an average price to book. Okay, in 2021 they were at 27 price to book. Okay, 27. They were at 9 price to book in September of 2020, which is way earlier in the cycle than we currently are right now. Okay, their price to sales back then in 2021 went up to 50. It's at 5 right now. It can 10x from what it currently is. These things are being drowned. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.